My name is Amy, and I am one of the children's librarians with the Granville County Library System. Today is our first Code Ninjas video, and we're going to have lots of fun learning to code programs and games and videos and simulations on the computer. As you can see, we're going to be using the program called Scratch, and you can go to scratch.mit.edu to join up. For parents, you can find information for parents about Scratch. You can find just information about Scratch in general, but this is a completely free program for families to use. That is really a kid-friendly way to learn how to code on the computer. But before we get started, first we must ask the question, what is coding? Well, imagine you want a friend to bake a cake, but your friend has no idea how to cook. You can't simply give an instruction like, make a cake. Your friend won't know where to start. Instead, you need to write a recipe with simple steps like break an egg, add sugar, and so on. Programming a computer is a bit like writing a recipe. So let's say you want to create a game on a computer. Well, you can't just tell the computer to make a game. You've got to write out each step that happens in that game, so that the computer knows what to do and it knows what order each step should go in. That is called coding. In order to code, we have to use a specific computer language. It's kind of like, although you can understand a recipe, to make a cake, a computer can't. You need to translate that recipe into a special language that the computer can understand, a programming language. Scratch is the name of a programming language that we're going to use. To use this program, you do need to create an account with Scratch. It's completely free. You will never have to spend any money on Scratch. You don't actually really need to create an account, but if you want to save your projects and come back to them later on, if you want to share your projects, if you really want to learn how to code using Scratch, I really highly suggest making an account. Like I said, it's completely free. All you have to do is you have to go to the word where it says join. You do need to get your parents' permission because you'll need to create a username and a password, and then they'll send you an email that you will have to verify your username and password with. So you will need to have your parents' permission before using it. But that's all you have to do. Once you're done with that, you will have an account with Scratch. I have already signed in to the library's account for Scratch, and so whenever you sign in, you'll come to this page here. And you'll see different projects people have made. You can find even more information about Scratch in general. And this is a really great way just to kind of see what's happening in the Scratch world. To start a program, to start making something with Scratch, you're going to go to the word create here on the left-hand side. And this will take you to the main page that you're going to use to code projects. Okay, so here's what you're going to see. And as you can see, there's a lot happening on this page. And you probably have a lot of questions about what all this stuff does. As we get more into creating games and simulations and stuff like that, you'll learn more about what each aspect of this program does. But real quick, before we really get started, I'm going to do a very quick run through about all the different things on this page. First, on the left-hand side, under the tab Code, you see all of these blocks. And if you scroll down, you see they change color. These are all the commands that you can give your character, which is the cat here. And in Scratch, the character is called sprites. and these blocks are all the different commands you can give your character to do in a game. Believe me, this is a gazillion different commands you can use, and so you're never going to run out of things to do for your sprite to use. You can also go to these different words here, and you can go to a specific kind of code. So, like the blue is all emotions; it's all how you want your character to move. You can press the orange, and this is kind of the controlling the big picture of of what's happening. The pinkish color is the sounds. And so as you can see, the colors coordinate to the words here on the side. The next tab over is called Costumes, and this is where you can change the look of your sprite. You can change you can really change anything and everything about your sprite here. And we'll get more into that in a couple of weeks. Here's where you can add sounds. like the meow, which is currently what's the normal, the basic sound that you can have for the cat sprite. But you can add music, you can add dance party music, you can add all kinds of sounds to your code. It's gonna be really fun. So in order to code, what you're going to do is you're going to click on whatever block you want, and you're going to drag it over to this middle gray area here. And as you can see, there's little grooves on the top and the bottom of each block. That's because they snap together like blocks. So let's say I want to move 10 steps, and I want to play meow when it's done. And as you can see, it stacks together like blocks. Now, I don't have enough code here for the sprite to move or do anything, but if I did, in order to see what I was doing, I would press the green flag and it would go. In order to stop, I would press the stop sign and it would stop. Let's say I messed up though. Let's say I didn't want my sprite to meow when it was done, or I didn't want to move 10 steps. I can easily click it again and drag it over here and let go, and it will disappear. I can do that with any and everything, all of my coding, until I get back to wherever I want to be again. Also, let's say I didn't want a cat. I personally like cats, so I like the cat sprite. But let's say I didn't want a cat. I want to change my sprite. I can go here and I can choose any and every kind of different sprite that I wanted to have. And you can have as many sprites as you want. You can have as few as one sprite, and you can change all of them however many times you want. Also, keeping it in the square, the white square in the background is kind of boring. So let's say I wanted to add a different background. So I can press the backdrop, and I can have all kinds of different backdrops for my games, my simulations, all kinds of stuff. So as you can see, this is very kid-friendly. And there's a lot of ways that kids can be creative, and really imagination is the limit when it comes to Scratch. So this is going to be really fun with learning how to code. Today, we are going to learn how to create a rainbow cat though. So this is going to be really fun. I'm going to show you the instructions here. Obviously, you can go back and rewatch this video for as many times as you want to. We also have a couple of books available at the library that teach how to code using Scratch, and it goes step-by-step instructions with pictures of how to code with Scratch. All you need to do is when you get to the library, ask for me. My name is Amy. I'm the children's librarian, and I can help you out. So, to start with our rainbow cat, we are going to come over here to where all of our coding blocks are. And we are going to drag, like I said, these blocks into the gray area here. The first thing we want to drag is we're going to go to blue, and we are going to drag the code, go to random position. We're going to drag it over to the side. But we don't want the cat to go to random position. We want to go wherever our mouse is going. So you see this little down arrow here? We're going to press that down arrow, and you see mouse pointer. So this means when our code is finished and I press the green flag, wherever my mouse is on this square, the cat will follow. It's going to be really cool. Now, I'm going to go to the control, which is the orange here in the coding section. And I'm going to drag the block forever. And I'm going to drag it so it's over the blue block. And when I let go, it should snap directly into place. This code makes the forever code, makes whatever is inside it continue on until I press the stop button. So basically this means that whenever I press the green button, wherever my mouse goes, the cat will always, 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 always follow until I press stop because of the word forever. Obviously, I don't have to do that. As you can see, I have repeat 10 times, which I can change that number to however few I want it. So if I wanted the cat to only follow my mouse 3 times, I could have this code instead, and I can change that number to 3, and it would only repeat it 3 times. I could have as many as 100 times, and I could once again use the repeat, and I could have it repeat only 100 times. Obviously, if you're wanting something to go for as long as 100, it's probably easiest just to use the forever block. Next, to complete our first bit of code, we need to go to the Events tab, which is yellow. And we're going to use when the green flag is clicked. And we're going to put this on top. As you can see, there are not any grooves on top of the yellow block. This is because this is usually going to be the very first block of code we will always have. And this is telling the computer that whenever we click this green flag, wherever our mouse goes, the sprite will always follow. So let's try it real quick. Let's press the green flag, and as you can see, wherever my mouse is going, the sprite is following. Now I'm going to press stop. And there you go. But oh no, my sprite is halfway out of the square. How do I get my sprite back to the middle of the square? Well, it's very simple. I have my sprite highlighted here, so I'm simply going to drag it back to the center. If I had multiple sprites here, you would see them all lined up here. You would simply need to make sure that whatever sprite you want to move back to wherever you want to go is highlighted, and then you can drag and place your sprite wherever you want to be in this blank square. Very simple. Also, before we get going, we're going to do one more simple code. This is where it's going to say when space key is pressed, and it's once again in the yellow Events tab. And we're going to press the green operators. And we're going to choose the actually, I lied. We're going to go back to that later on. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So next, we'll go back to that what I was doing in a few minutes. But next, we are going to add another thing to our made code block, okay? We are going to go to our looks, which is going to be the purplish blue color. And we want to change the color effect. So let's look over here and let's change, there it is, change color effect by 25. And we're going to put this inside the orange. Now, as you can see, the orange continues to grow with however many blocks I put in there. That's really handy. And we're going to let it just stack beside like that. This will continue changing our cat 25 times for a whole loop. And whenever it's done changing color, because it's inside the forever block, it will just keep repeating those same colors over and over again. So let's try it. Let's press the green flag, and as you can see, it's changing color again and again and again. Let's stop. Let's drag it to the center of that. Now we're going to make some art. So we need to add an extension. So the extensions are right here in this blue button down here at the bottom. And we are going to add a pen. So there we go. Now we have a pen. We are going to choose the stamp. So we're going to drag a stamp, and we're going to drag it once again beneath the purple and the orange block. Now we're going to run the project again, and the cat will leave a trail of colorful cats behind. Like this. And obviously you can create as many cats as we want, so we're going to stop it. So this is really cool. We have all kinds of colorful cats, but oh no, we have so many colorful cats. How are we going to clear the space so we can make more code? Well, we're going to go back to what I kind of messed up on earlier. We're going to go back to the orange, and we're going to do control. Nope, we're going to do we're going to do the yellow, and there it is. We're going to do when the space key is pressed. And once again, there's no groove at the top because this will be the beginning of another code. And then we're going to go to our pen where you see these green right here, and we're going to click the erase all. This is saying that whenever we click the space key on our keyboard, it will erase everything. So I clicked it and it erased it all. So let's try our code again. And wherever our mouse is, the cat changes color. Now we're going to stop and we're going to press our space bar, and it erases it. And it starts all over again, which is really cool. But the best way we can see how this is really working is we can go to our top left corner or top right corner right here, and we can press where the 4 arrows are, and we can have it full screen. Once again, we're going to press the flag, and now you can really see everything up close, which is going to be really fun to do when we will be making games in the following weeks. So once again, press the stop button and then your space bar. And it brings everything back to the beginning. Now, if you want to go back to the page where your codes were, you press the 4 arrows again, and it takes everything back. And that is our first video for how to create a colorful cat. Next week, like I said, we are going to create a dance party with dinosaurs, and it's going to be really fun. Or not next week, next month, I mean. But then, once again, thank you for joining me, and if you have any questions about coding, feel free to contact me. My name is Amy at the library. Thanks. Bye.